Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of the Thousand Eyecast. Same as always, we have Yuanji and Thranden as my co-hosts.
Hello. Yo.
Oh, what's going on? And this week as well, we have a guest star in the form of Zolkaz of Moonglade fame.
Hello.
There he is.
Fame?
Yeah, you're a Moonglade fame. That's where you're from. That's where we know you are.
I'm from
He's
Moonglade,
famous.
but they're famous? Hang on.
Well, let's say you are. Let's just say you
Wait,
are.
what?
Let me
It's easier
just
just pretend.
to agree.
Just pretend it's okay. Just go along with it. Everything will be okay, I promise. And this week as well, we have got a new segment. Woohoo! No? No one else? Just me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No? Alright.
I have no idea what to expect.
Well,
Ha 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 ha.
good, so I'm glad you're joining in. Shows true commitment. Well.
Give me Brandon's job.
Maybe.
Oh.
I'm looking to replace him. He's been a bit of an asshole. Well, anyway, our week this week's been pretty quiet, I'd say. Not really much to talk about, to be honest. So he's...
Twix.
Shut up. So... fuck, stop it! You're in... God! God damn it!
This is how easy it is to annoy him.
It is. You're getting on my nerves. Right, so we started our week by going to the Badlands for the Seekers event. No,
Is that your description of the beautiful Seekers event we attended?
that is us. No, that's us walking, flying, swimming, and doing marvelous things together.
Dancing through the air.
Yeah, there were only two eye characters
On a one
that
horse
showed up.
open
Was it Monday, Tuesday? The first event.
Monday. I
Monday.
don't think any of us. Well, Brandon's been defined as a Seeker now.
I wasn't there on Monday.
No,
No.
but you were there for the other 2 days.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to fill us
Yes.
in. So
Okay.
the first event. Well, yeah, I think not many of us showed up on our eye characters. So our previous trip to the Eastern Kingdoms is still kind of fresh in our minds, and we don't really want to go back. To be honest, and I can't blame people for not wanting to go back because we were there for fucking 4 months or whatever.
Ridiculous.
Oh, it's a long time.
Says me.
Yeah, right. It's your fault.
It's all your fault.
I know. Hate
But
you
anyway.
eternally for it. Let your rage feed you.
No. When we
Those
arrived,
already.
we found this goblin dude, can't even remember his name, I'm sorry, Seekers, who needed our help. By our, it's us and the Seekers together. But we needed to go to Fuselight by the Sea to help him out on whatever needed helping.
Acidophilus?
Something like that.
I think they
Ace.
just called him Ace.
Ace.
Ace
needed our,
38.
needed our help or something. So, we started to walk there. There was like this dead whelp. We walked over it. I think that was meant to be some kind of plot device, but
Probably, but Bucklebeard
just-
kind of smashed its head in.
yeah, it's kind of smashed,
Because that's what
smashed its
Bucklebeard
face in,
does.
and then we just walked on.
This is Whelpling just flies up to you. Help me! I need some help. The aspects are in danger. Die!
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
mate.
Lop its head off.
That's pretty much what happened. We're really nice people. Actually, no, he's not one of us.
No,
He's
Bucklebeard's not one of
Fiddywinkel.
us.
He's filthy, dirty.
Leave
Goblin.
Fiddywinkel alone.
No,
Never!
never. Anyway, so we
How dare they
continued.
not have the morals of a Tauran-focused guild?
Come on.
How dare goblins not think like us?
No, it's awful. So we kept walking, and then we were surprised, ambushed by 3 dragons.
Who?
No, there was 3 because one flew off right away.
Oh yeah, one flew off right at the start.
And then there were 2. And then one other ran away. And then there was 1. I can do maths. It's good.
Yes.
Then we beat the crap out of this one, and he died. Oh, poor dragon.
Little do you know, that was actually the parent, stroke, grandparent, possible
Could have
uncle, another relative of the Whelpling. They come to get revenge, looking for its lost baby.
Good.
You should have murdered it.
Gonna
Let
kill
them come.
it. Come. We'll fight them to the death.
Our dragons will blot out the sun.
Then after that, there was a goblin teleporter that wasn't working.
Most of us just threw ourselves off the cliff
Yeah,
at that
so
point.
aside, we were just like, fuck this. We just jumped off the cliff. I'm like, fuck you guys, we're not going to help you because we've been insulted all evening, so go do one. So we went to the bar and had drinks.
Go do
Got
one,
it.
just jump off a cliff.
Yeah,
Got
pretty much.
insulted some more around about the time that... Oh no, it wasn't insulted, it was more just kind of general... Hey
I mean-
guys, they're not helping me do this warlock ritual to
No, I
summon you.
mean, Hikamori got insulted like thrice. So it's like, do you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm gonna leave you to die, assholes.
Who would insult Hikomori? She's awesome.
I know. Thank you.
That's horrible.
I tell you, goblins. That's who. And that's why I hate them. Filthy vermin.
Vermin.
I'll squash them like bug. Anyway, that's all I went to. I didn't go to the second event because IRL. And I didn't go today because Eyecast. I was planning it. So Thranden,
You
went
weren't.
to the other two. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
What are you on about? That's what I was doing.
Okay.
So what happened in these other two events? Fill us in.
Well, okay. Yesterday we what did? Oh, excuse me. Fuck. We fought turret droids.
Turret droids.
Turret
Turret
droids.
droids.
There were numerous droids placed on top of buildings
Right.
and patrolling, and we ran up and tipped them over.
Huh. All right.
We weren't allowed to blow them up because the goblins actually needed them.
So you put them over.
We tipped them over like cows.
All right. Fair enough.
Glorious.
And it-
glorious.
and it-
cat.
Then they
That's a good
booted
way of
one
not-
down a hill.
Combat. Oh, whoops. That's a.
It wasn't by accident. I did it on purpose.
Fuck you, goblins.
Yeah, booted one down a hill. Then I think that was all of yesterday. Today we fought more dragons.
More dragons. Oh god, not again.
More dragons, yes. And
Were
we
they
kind of
evil?
got me, E, and Stell got our asses handed to us. Really. We
Dragons
got
beat you.
fucking kicked around the place.
Good.
And Ramen
Yep.
of all people,
Of
got
all
better rolls than me.
Of all people,
So
that
he's gonna
little
suffer
punk.
on Arrow for that.
Forever and I.
Oh wait, he was on Ram. He was actually
No,
on
he was
Ram
on.
rather than Arrow?
No, he was on Fitzmas.
Oh.
You're going
yeah,
to punish
goblin.
him.
So I'm gonna hurt him on Arrow. I'm gonna make him an OOC inactive again.
Again? Do I need to kick? Do I need to make you remove yourself from the guild again?
Yes.
This is how we sort politics out. You
We
heard it
played.
here.
We played
Guild
chicken.
politics.
Yeah,
Guild politics.
basically.
That's pretty much how we roll. So,
Remove yourself, you're being an arsehole.
we'll invite you when you've cooled down. And if you don't cool down, well,
it's like
then fuck
Time
you.
Out, the adult version.
Time out WoW version. Remove yourself from the guild. Just go
Yeah.
away. Calm down.
Go away.
We
So
need to
that
use
they-
that more actually, not just with
Yeah.
you, Thranden, with everyone.
Yeah. But what
But
if people
one,
get upset
one
and,
specific
like, cry?
person. Tell them to fuck off.
Alright then, fair enough. Was that everything that happened in these week?
Pretty much.
Alright, fair enough. Hopefully we'll go to more next week. But
I had some stuff Moonglade side if you guys want to hear about that, or
do you know what? Go for
Yeah.
it.
course.
there's
Go for it.
you had well today you had a Hand of the Titans event. If you guys have come across that, I didn't go to it because I was going to a different event today, which
Lots of
was
events.
an etiquette class being hosted by a member of the Frosteel Company. Which is essentially it's sort of a follow-on. As far as I know, I could be completely wrong, but as far as I know, it's a follow-on to her Love class events that she was doing before the merger.
Thing?
She's now doing I think this is going to be a permanent thing every Friday. It's just an etiquette class
Okay.
because so many people were showing up at the Love class and being incredibly crude. So now she's sort of on a different character. She's now going to be running an etiquette class for the people who were very, very crude. I showed
gosh.
up on my Tauran bodyguard, who I believe some of you met,
Nope.
Grias. Well, Bone Stomper, but the
Yep.
MRP says Grias. Basically,
Oh.
walks into the hut. First thing he says, "The fuck's going on here?" First thing he says, just looking around this etiquette class, and this Blood Elf Paladin who's hosting it says, "Oh, we're having an etiquette class." The fuck is etiquette?
Oh god, you and Thran will get along very well.
They do already.
The fuck's it again?
They already, because when Hikomori said to, but the day we all got merged,
Oh, that was a- that was a
Hikomori
good day.
Hikomori said to him, said to Grias, why are you in armor in Thunderbluff? Just as Thranden walks up behind her, going,
Yeah.
I assume he's the same as me. Massive,
Yeah,
massive weapon, lots of armor. I like this Tauran.
Not many people do.
You had
I'd
us.
imagine you get out. Yeah, well,
You aren't not a person, mate, for no
fuck you, Anne. You guys seem to have a lot of events that are open for everyone.
We are very much sort of an open community thing. As much as that, there is a lot of guild plots going on at the moment. I'm part of the majority of roleplay guilds at the moment.
Nice.
Just so I know everything that's going on.
Fair enough.
I'm a bit of a nosy bastard with regards to that. But no,
if you know it all, you need to join us.
But that's literally been it. I mean, there's also been a sort of a spontaneous roleplay plotline. You might have picked up on it. I think we were talking about it in the RP channels. There's a plotline being run by a orc warlock, sort of focused around the barons at the moment.
Okay.
Trying to clear up sort of the elemental turmoil that's been caused by, obviously all of what the Dark Shaman were doing in the barons, etc., etc.
Sounds good.
So it's literally been just trying to clear that up. She has been writing stories actually, and sort of also follow-on stories to the events that she's been doing, like mini events that that have been completely random and have mostly been me saying, "Quick, there's like 8 people in the barons. Let's host another event." They're just completely random. So literally, if you're in the barons and just all of a sudden an event is spawned on you, that's literally it. It's just a random event.
Nice. Sounds good.
They are really, really fun. I'll give her credit, considering it's all just sort of hash up together very, very quickly. They are really, really good.
Very different to me. I cannot do spontaneous.
Give it time.
I need practice, is what it is.
You're on Moonglade now, give it time.
All this is saying to me is we need more than some. Don't get me wrong, I love the channels, they're good, but we need more contact.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many people on the Shatar even knew about this stuff.
No.
I didn't.
I see several times like, is anyone in the tail? Oh, no one's in Augury, where are they? Everyone's in Barons. It must have been Ratchet or something, whatever. Cool. Yeah. And then...
Isn't Ratchet the new hotspot, though?
Essentially, it kind of is, just because obviously the majority of people who were in Orgrimmar, we're now sort of dragging to Ratchet.
Okay.
To obviously, because of this new plotline. I believe the Convocation of Eredar. Oh, Erendar. I can't pronounce it.
They don't tell anyone anything, though.
Eredar! No, I mean, they were...
Shut up, Twix.
For Eredar! I think they've been doing something, I'm not sure, because Zulk has discovered Adana in the Crossroads Inn with a broken arm. Apparently she'd been hit by a dire orc.
Okay.
Good. Idana gets everywhere, though. Idana, if you're listening,
you're magic.
Yeah, I don't know how you manage to be everywhere at once, but
time
you just do.
Gets around everywhere.
Teleporting, manipulating.
Damn arcane
weird.
Magic.
I don't know how arcane magic works.
This is why my mage is a troll seer. She's not even a mage. She's a seer. Blind seer.
So much easier to do than all this arcane blowing. I don't even know.
She's not even a mage, Icealy.
Yeah.
She's just an ordinary troll that has visions.
Oh, you should have met our old...
most trolls.
We used to have a guy in the eyes called Sharix, a troll mage who roleplayed out a witch doctor. So good. I love trolls. Troll mages and troll warlocks who don't roleplay mages and warlocks. It just makes so much more sense.
My troll
witch
is
doctor.
a postman.
Witch doctor.
Your troll's awesome.
Everyone loves Tivjack.
It's just it's a pleasure to play. It really is.
Everyone loves the postman.
Postman! Hey man, I got you some letter!
I need to introduce his brother soon.
Yeah. Hey man, I earned 30 copper!
Is his brother the Lettermon?
No.
The alphabet
His
mon?
brother's boring.
His brother is the witch doctor man.
He's the clever one.
He's the brains behind the operation.
But he doesn't know about the secret letterman, postman...
Letterman, postman, secret
I'm going to call him
of the
letterman now.
trade.
The letterman special way of getting around places. Letter dimension ripping. Tears reality apart. Anyway, we were talking about something. This was a massive tangent.
Events on Moonglade.
That's right, we were.
That's as far as I know. That's it. I mean, I honestly don't know. I've been a little bit out of touch lately because I've been mostly in a raiding mood at the moment.
Fair enough.
So with regards to roleplay, that's it as far as I know. There might have been some other like in-guild events that I just haven't known about or I haven't been on at the time to suddenly realise, oh wait, there's a scheduled guild event going on now.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all I know though.
I mean, we have got some event coming up after next week, I think. I'm not
Do
sure.
we?
Yeah. Yeah, my event, man. I've been planning this for fucking ages.
Is it another Trial of the Eyes? Because that doesn't count.
It's not another Trial of the Eyes. It's an actual semi-campaign. I'm not sure if we're going to.
Oh right, yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah, I vaguely know the one.
Yeah.
I don't.
So we'll see how that goes, I suppose.
Brandon's like, I'm just here for the ride.
Oh,
I'm just here for the shits
No,
and
they
giggles.
don't tell me anything.
He's not the guild leader.
I know the feeling.
That's the problem with having two leaders, but it's also a good thing. It really
These
does help
two
sometimes.
wankers just text each other constantly and gargle each other's spunk.
Joe, the last time, with the exception of tonight, that I texted our friend there, was on the 19th of March.
We've not texted each other in a while, really.
No, it's been
We haven't
ages.
had
They're just a
conversation.
big bunch of bum lords.
Because we've been out of work. It's because we've been on TeamSpeak more.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I've not been into uni, you've not been in work, it's been great.
You've
Anyway.
just not been around, Fran, because of school.
Oh, loser. So,
Yes.
anyway,
I am the loser.
let's go. So, gonna have a nice interview with our guest star, but before we start doing that, and there's one thing, and I want you other two to join in, okay?
What?
Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
God.
Happy birthday.
Where's my bullet, James?
to you.
Happy birthday to Stop, everyone else
Shit, we're
can
completely
play.
out of time.
I don't know.
What? You.
That went terribly.
There we go.
Well, I will actually safely say I've already had Happy Birthday sung to me in Italian, Swedish, and Danish today, but not in English.
Well,
So-
there you go.
Okay.
It's a first. We're
Yeah,
the best.
exactly.
We're the
High
best.
fives, eyes.
Yeah.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yes, Thranden. Yes, Thranden.
Happy
Billy's
birthday in
happy
Spanish.
dad. No way. Shit.
I'm
But
sure
thank you very much.
you could muddle something together in the Warcraft languages, but whatever. Fuck that.
Om nom 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 nom.
Nom nom nom. No, there we go. That's Pandara and happy birthday. So,
Hey. My Pandaran's a bit rusty. Give me a minute.
it's really easy. Right, let's get to
Rom.
business. Let's get to business. So, at least we don't know much about Moonglane's history and past events. But if you were to pick one realm event that has been held as your favourite, what would it be? And tell us about it.
Well, you've picked the wrong person for that.
Wonderful.
question.
I mean, I know you said you were
I've
away.
been
in
on
Calgary.
Moonglade for just coming up to a year now.
Well, it's been a year. A lot of things can
yeah.
happen in a year.
True. I mean, the biggest thing I've been part of is obviously I joined about 3, maybe 4 months before Siege of Orgrimmar.
All right.
Before that, there wasn't really, to my knowledge at least, a lot of server-wide
Right.
things going on. You had the occasional thing like Quingy's class, which I believe
Yeah.
some of you have been to.
I went to one. I'm the best.
But there's only been one
Represent.
since you guys joined, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We've got another one coming up next Thursday. I believe.
Yeah, speaking of which, their internet is actually out. Her and her other half, Minta's, internet is actually out at the moment till the 8th of April. So
Oh.
I'm not sure what they're planning on doing there. Or
Maybe
probably
not another
take
one
some
next
contact.
Thursday then. I won't.
I'll
Maybe not.
see what's going on because I might end up like sneakily
Fair
running
enough.
along as
Fair
her
enough.
brother or something, or Quingy's brother, and being like, "Oh yes, hello, Quingy's unavailable right now. Tell me stories."
Fair enough. Could
Or
do that.
something just to keep it going, sort of thing.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing ever that was part of for me was the Siege of Orgrimmar, which I primarily was involved in on Zulkaz.
Yep.
Because it was sort of during this time that Zulkaz actually joined the Hand of the Titans, because Zulkaz had a orc baby that he cared for, which has, unfortunately, I won't go into details because it's plot ruin and everything, but has unfortunately passed away. But before that, the Corcoran tried to take the orc baby from Zulkaz, because obviously orcs, or Corcoran see orc troll carrying an orc baby, they're going to be like, "Hey, what's he doing with Zug Zug?"
Really?
So yeah, basically, so Zulkaz ended up getting into a fight with Corcoran, hid the baby away with some friends, and joined Hand of the Titans, who had sort of at that point openly said we're standing against Garrosh, we're joining the rebellion. So Zul'Kaz was like, yeah, sure, I'll join. And yeah, one of the first sort of server events that was held was by the Hand of the Titans, but it was a sort of the event building up to the siege. So the way they did it was we sort of had an event that would build up to the raid. So, sorry, to the events of the raid. So I believe the first one we did was basically marching from Razor Hill to the gates of Orgrimmar, which is then when because we RP'd, obviously, as we got to the gates, we RP'd the Iron Juggernaut, walking out onto the scene. So obviously we were like, right, stop, we'll set up camp here and we'll wait for the reserve forces to come in. Obviously the reserve forces being heroes of Azeroth, who in the raid would come in and kill the Iron Juggernaut. Was how we did it.
Yeah, nice.
And then sort of we would sort of follow on from the events of the raid. So obviously the second part of the raid takes you down into Nazgrim, and then obviously Nazgrim and beyond going into Malkorok. So the way we did it was, while sort of the heroes of Azeroth and the main bulwark of the rebellion goes down into the Underhold, we were sort of helping to clear up the above part.
Nice.
Sort of thing. So we were helping clear the Valley of Spirits and the Valley of Honor.
Yeah.
Etc. Now one of the funnest things I did part of it was that Zul'Kaz, the sort of the military column that was advancing from Ratchet, as they got out of the gully area, I can't remember what it's called, the canyon thing in Durotar. I know my history so well. A load of proto-drakes suddenly started attacking the column.
Alright, fucking proto-drakes.
The rebellion starts shooting their catapults, and obviously the ranged people are given a chance to attack the proto-drakes, sort of thing, just fend them off.
Yeah.
Zul'Kaz rolls a critical hit, which for us is obviously just a slash roll, and then obviously 100 would be the crit. I don't know how you guys do it.
We do
20.
Yeah, at least. Like D&D, we do it like D&D.
Yeah, I'm happy with either, to be honest. A crit's still a crit to me.
Yeah,
either way it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he got 100, which obviously would be the equivalent of 20. And so I was allowed to have an epic emote. What Zul'Kaz does is he fires a lightning bolt at one of the proto-drakes, bringing it to the floor because it completely fries its wing membranes.
Yep.
Then he brings up a spike of earth through the ground, through the thing's brain, which has earned the troll the title of the Earthhaller, because he is a member of the Earthen Ring. He is an Earthen shaman.
Yeah.
He is predominantly with the Earth, so yeah, it made sense.
So essentially, he wrecked that proto-drake with the Earth.
So
nice.
Which it was fun. I really enjoyed the event.
Yeah.
Not just obviously because of the crit, but the event itself was fun. We ended up having a massive fire elemental showed up that the Dark Shaman had summoned. So the other shaman obviously had to try and combat this, and it resulted with the two trolls, and there was 2 trolls and 2 orcs. The 2 trolls sat there and went, "Mon, can we keep it?" With this giant fucking fire elemental, just like, can we keep it? But it ended up ironically being Zul'Kaz who actually banished it. Obviously, it turned out it was actually infused with the Dark Shaman. Very sad. The other shaman had all run off to go deal with the Dark Shaman. And Zul'Kaz just standing there with like his arms spread out, trying to control this thing from going into the column behind him, going, "Mon,
stop!"
And eventually,
please.
he just banished it because I rolled again very high. I got like 98, so the equivalent of like 19. I think I would be. Thank you. And so yeah, he just ended up banishing it.
Fair enough. If only we had that much luck in roll.
Yeah.
I never seem to get that high.
Zul'Kaz is
We're lucky to get above 10
Yeah,
most
that's
of the time. In our
I'm
event,
actually like that
it should be
with
about
D&D.
50, I suppose, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well, yeah, but we have modifiers sometimes and such.
Yeah, but even then, we suck.
Even then we suck. Even
I
with
actually-
like a +6 in certain rolls, I still manage to fail.
I'm quite happy with the idea of multipliers. I mean, a lot of multipliers? No, modifiers. There.
Yeah.
Multipliers. Yes, I have a ×4 multiplier.
That feels quite a lot. Not sure if I can manage that.
But it's like a load of people are really quite against the idea of having a multiplier. But I think it's like quite a nice idea. Like if you've got I don't know, if you've got like a big bad who's like it happens to be a dark shaman on topic.
Yeah.
Who's drawing in sort of all the elemental energies towards him. Shamans might, to me at least, shamans might find it quite hard to cast with so much, obviously, elemental energy being drawn in, or they might find it a bit easier because there's so much elemental energy in the air.
Yeah,
sort
I mean,
of
we've
thing.
got sort of like a character sheet set up where you sort of preset your character. So, say, for example, Hikamori, who's the cripple, gets heavily negative points to like agility and endurance, but gets tons of bonus points to intellect, charisma, wisdom, that kind of stuff. So it's a nice thing to have.
There is occasionally situational stuff, but the majority of it we try to hide behind. It just means that your character does better at what they should do well at, and worse at what they shouldn't be doing well at.
Exactly.
So, for example, Hikamori will often fail her agility rolls because she's a cripple.
No shit. So yeah, that's how we roll it.
I mean, the way we sort of cover like a fail of agility roll is usually let's say someone's limping and they're stumbling, like one of their fellows will sort of just grab them and either throw them out of the way and take the hit for them, or we'll just drag them with them.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So
yeah.
You guys are clearly more team-minded than you guys. We're just like, on the floor. Fuck you.
I want to try do immediate interrupts, but we've not really ever done them before. Obviously, that works really well as a healer thing, but it's also a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people timing emotes and it's something we need to work on.
It's things we need to work on. We've got a lot of things to work on. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. Let's move on.
Oh no, let's keep discussing rolling systems, man.
We can come back to it. So we've got a strict time limit here.
Do we?
No, not really. All right, go on. What do you want to say?
What?
See, now that you don't want to say anything.
On rolling systems?
On rolling. Go on.
What we were talking about modifiers, weren't we?
Modifiers, character sheets, immediate interrupts, healers.
No, immediate interrupts is something else we need to talk about at some other point that's not on the Icecast. But I know that have you seen COE systems, Orcas?
No, I've barely done any roleplay with any of you, in all honesty. The majority has been with you guys.
We're the best.
It makes me feel bad though, because the eyes need to get back into just tavern roleplay and stuff. I feel like we've been out of that for a while.
Well, there's not been any on Jatar for a very long time.
With regards to Moonglade is a funny one. With regards to that, I mean, if you sit there and spam the RP network or RP social channels, then usually you'll get one or two people, especially now obviously we've been merged with you guys. Yeah. You'll get a couple of people who will say, yeah, sure, after this raid, I'll come sit in Orgrimmar for a bit. I could do with a break from raiding. Yeah. But really depends on the time you do it. I mean, now's the sort of time would be good
now's
for tavern roleplay.
It's past event time mostly as well, which definitely helps.
But yeah, majority of the time, it's quite hard to get anything, really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sad, but
yeah,
I can understand.
Yeah,
but yeah, I can understand too. We'll see. Yeah, we can see.
But with regards to COE system, COE actually use a more advanced version of what we use, because we like to keep our rolling system simple with just kind of strength, agility, endurance, wisdom, intellect, charisma. Big stats, set amount of points. You know, people just kind of go for it.
Your bog standard D&D.
Bog standard D&D, but COE kind of started taking that a bit further, and they've got like melee skill, ranged skill, diplomacy skill.
How many did they have? Like
medic skills.
25 or something.
It's 26.
Advanced D&D.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But we
tried it for a bit. It just felt like too much.
It felt like too much, admittedly, COE, if you're listening.
Yeah. Which is why we
that was one of the things you mentioned. Well, I think it was you, Mike, that said, like, people were saying that to Adana that WoW was not D&D.
Yeah,
so stop treating it like it is.
Which is an argument against like our rolling system stuff, which is fair enough. It's not for everyone, but really, this comes back to there needs to be more communication between the realms.
Yeah, that's it.
Good old Shamuglatar needs to agree on a rolling system, really.
That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
I'm completely on the fence, because I am a bit of a funny RPer. I'm happy for a roll. Let's take a roll fight, for example. I'm happy for just a straight slash roll, whoever has the highest wins the emote, sort of thing with regards to fight. I'm also perfectly happy to do a straight up emote fight. I love a good old fashioned emote fight where you have so much trust in the person you're role playing with. Something you can just do an emote fight. You don't have to worry about rolling to decide who's going to win, sort of thing. You haven't even sent each other a whisper. You know who's going to win. You know which character is the better fighter between the both of you, and you just go with it like that. It's completely spontaneous. There's no rolling. There's no luck involved with the roll. sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like again, random example. Zulkaz is a very accomplished shaman, but people who know him know that he's actually more of a melee fighter than a caster. He'd much rather sort of slam his weapons together and like fuse them with elemental power, and then just launch himself at you in troll berserker style sort of thing. Which is essentially how I do his bloodlust.
Yeah. I know, for example, like DJ prefers rolls. He says, being random is more fun. But no, I definitely see where you're coming from with just being able to trust someone to just emote.
Although
it's nice.
The Eyes have history of problems with that, with regards to the honour duel that we had between Throck and Ursula.
Oh, God.
To recount this for our dear friends on Moonglade, what happened was we used to have a member of the Eyes called Throck Sourheart. He's gone down in legend in the Eyes.
Rest his soul. His soul may be rested.
Rest his
good
hairless
soul.
but beardful soul.
An orc, I can take it.
Yeah, an orc. One of the greatest orcs we ever had. Complete drunkard. Best friend was a pink hyena.
Blew up.
Completely bald, but massive black beard. Constantly wore a Brewfest hat. He was just mad, basically.
He was the best.
Think DJ, but as an orc.
It was brilliant.
Back at the old storytellings, he had a kind of tendency to tell what were called weak orc stories, which were always kind of the same vein. It was an orc who kind of did something wrong or did something to dishonour his clan, even, and it was always kind of summarised with they were a weak orc that should have been drowned at birth in orcish nature.
Yeah.
Eventually, this started to grate on a member of Dagger and Totem, an old Shatar, well, not too old, Shatar guild. One of their members called Ursula, who was another orc, Frostwolf, bit of a run, which is why she didn't take well to the weak orc stories, because she herself was a bit weak. It kind of got pushed a bit over the brim when he told a story about a weak Tauren who died after eating a mushroom, while a Dagger and Totem member was having an allergic reaction to eating a mushroom.
That's the type of vein we're dealing with here. And we love him for it.
That's Throck in a nutshell, really, isn't it?
Throck
In a nutshell. You're dying, I'm going to make fun of you.
This reminds me of the time that Tauren died. Had an allergic reaction to a mushroom. What a weak bitch.
I mean,
Basically.
Throck is just the physical embodiment of poke the bear with the stick.
Yeah. So right.
You haven't met Drugoff.
Oh, I'm looking forward to if he's like Throck.
I'll tell you about Drugoff in a second, but please continue.
So she challenged him to an honour duel, basically. Now, what transpired from this point on is kind of what I have been told by Throck, but I've known him OC for a while, and I trust him completely when he says that Ursula's line to him was, it's kind of no holds barred, we'll just see what happens and see who comes out with the better emotes in this fight. No rolling, just straight up emotes, we'll see what happens. Just kind of...
I'm going to guess, sorry, just sort of this runt basically just suddenly became like the next coming of Garrosh sort of thing.
Sort of. They agreed that shaman enchants would be allowed. Ursula herself was a shaman, so she kind of enchanted her own weapons with frost or some shit. Throck went to my character at the time, Sage, who was a Tauren shaman, and he was kind of like, can you enchant my weapons for me? And her response was, no, because you don't need it. You can take her by yourself, basically. And so they kind of stripped off eventually, met underneath the Thunderbluff lifts.
That's the best place. Best place for it.
Each of them
Sounds a bit shady when you think about it.
bit shady.
They stripped off, met under the Thunderbluff lifts. Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Bit of a
lovely.
Oh, lovely.
fight.
They did fight 1v1 me, bro. IRL.
Gone
Except
yeah.
it wasn't IRL.
Well, yeah, it wasn't IRL.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
thankfully not IRL.
The first few rounds, what you expect, is just kind of axe on axe, a couple of orcs beating up each other. Then Ursula did like a frost shock type thing, but kind of explained it away as, oh, but she was using Unleash Elements, the shaman ability, to unleash
Elements from the
frost
weapon.
enchant from her weapon on her hand that doesn't have it equipped. Everyone was kind of, apart from Dagger and Totem. Eventually, though, Throck managed to wrestle her into he managed to basically... Both of them got disarmed. He managed to get both of his arms around her throat and lift her up into the air. So he was kind of choking her to death. She kind of lashed out a few times, rammed her thumb into one of his eyes, and kicked him in the groin. Admittedly, Throck was a war song, so all that did was enrage him further. Which isn't... You don't enrage war song, really.
Yeah.
But he then stood there with her in a chokehold, essentially, throttling her to death, just saying, submit, submit. Because, come on, he had her.
Yeah.
He was in a chokehold, he had her. He could have easily killed her. And when she said no, he did.
Yeah, that's right.
Silence.
Killed another character.
That's kind of
That's how we
the
roll.
story. Throck offered her mercy
He said no, so
when
we
he
killed
had
him.
checkmate, and she said no. So
Well,
he killed her.
Character...
He then immediately wrote it off as kind of reincarnation, used an ankle, whatever. I don't get it. I realise it's a shaman ability, don't care.
Yeah. I think something like reincarnation would be stupid.
Yeah.
Use it
Yeah.
silly, but
That was pretty much
But-
the agreed
but I mean,
thing.
to
That it
be
was
fair,
a bit stupid.
with regards to sort of a character's life on the line, as it were, I could understand sort of an act of desperation to bring the character back, if that makes sense. Sort of obviously because you don't want to lose your character if it's
the
like
thing
your
was,
favourite
if
character.
Throck didn't offer mercy, agree with Ursula.
Yeah,
He
completely.
did. No.
It-
Don't give a
and-
shit what Ursula says.
It wasn't Throck who emoted killing her, it was Ursula.
Wow.
Ursula could have dragged that out for as long as she wanted, really.
There we go. Nail in the coffin
Admittedly,
there.
this is one side of the story. If Dagger and Totem are listening, which I'm assuming they're not,
I would be highly surprised since they're pretty much dead now.
yeah, then they can completely correct us on this and fill us in with their own story. But she then resurrected, claimed that she'd won because Throck had killed her. When the agreement was no... It kind of got into one of these points where the agreement was no magic, but she used magic to come back to life to claim that she'd won because Throck had killed her.
You know, logic.
That's like a murder victim running into a court case going, "He killed me, he's guilty."
Basically.
I do apologise, but I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I'd
It
love
was-
to be a lawyer or something. Just he's guilty, he killed me.
It was great to watch because, as well, they even set up a judge from Dagger and Totem to kind of step in if things got too serious, and
He did a shit job.
he did a completely shit job if Throck managed to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what
That's-
happens when you
that's
leave
the
things
story-
not down to rolls
Yeah.
and don't trust each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
I'm sure
that's
in
the thing, I mean,
guilds we could manage it, but yeah.
on Moonglade, it is pretty much, again, to my knowledge, I have not been on Moonglade as much as others, so, but
Feel free to correct us.
Yes. Feel free to correct my stupidness, but as far as I know, it's pretty much taboo to kill another's character unless, obviously, you've agreed it with
Yeah.
them. They've said, "This is the end of the line for my character. I want them to die now. Please kill them."
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But they'll say, "Please kill them in a very epic way so that it go down in history," sort of thing. Except for Bone, the original Bone Stomper actually died because he was poisoned.
Oh. Well,
So
that's
ended up spasming out in Thunderbluff right after one of Quingy's classes.
Sweet. While we're talking about deaths, because I love this, either two ways it can always going to go. Old age, suicide.
Suicide doesn't
I've
seem very
already-
Torah,
That's
though.
it.
Suicide never seems
I've
Torah.
already
No.
plotted
Yeah.
Thran's death.
Yeah,
It doesn't, which is why I like it. Because she was
no,
this
but-
uber pious person.
Pious.
Pious. Fuck you. Same words.
I mean, that's the thing. I
Goddamn
mean,
thing.
someone who's uber pious probably wouldn't do that, especially a
Exactly.
Tauran, because it would be very disrespectful to the
It
Earth
is,
Mother.
yeah.
So,
Which is why something has to have gone in, terribly bad.
oh yeah,
which is why it would work.
Hey,
Because she would also
Hikomori,
be dead.
the Earth Mother's not real.
No!
Like, I've a couple of options planned out for Thran's death. And one of them was originally go down with a ship. Because, in case I've not said it enough, Thran was a pirate.
Yeah,
And he
Thorin
had a
pirate.
large fleet.
YOLO.
And the fact that he lost that fleet still haunts him to this day.
Oh, bless his
So-
cons.
So he'll either die in combat, die on board a ship, or kill himself.
Grias, my ideal death for Grias, obviously he's the bodyguard of Elder Weirha, who I believe, again, you guys have all met.
I have met. Yes.
She's essentially, she's Moonglade's equivalent of Hikomori, essentially.
Yes.
Um,
I have an equivalent.
well, Thranden is the equivalent of Grias, so I have an equivalent as well.
Well, there we go.
But even then, Hickey, you're just a cheap copy of Sage.
Fuck you. I was rarity first, and I had to step up to the mantle.
Yeah.
Oh, don't start. Bogus,
Okay,
don't
well,
start.
okay. I just said I don't want to start.
Take it to text, please. Take texts.
I'm gonna text you all my dirty secrets. LOL. Oh my god.
But yeah,
Yeah.
ideal death would be obviously people trying to assassinate Weirha, and Grias just dying with like 20 spears stuck into him,
Yeah.
essentially. So yeah, death by
Pretty,
wet.
pretty honourable.
I
Death
mean,
by job.
essentially, I mean, Weirha is kind of similar to Hikomori in that obviously you'd look at first glance, you'd think, why do they have a bodyguard?
Hika don't
So,
need no
do you-
bodyguard. She badass.
Do
She
you know
don't
what I
need
mean? It's
no
like,
man.
you look at Elder Weirha and you think,
He does have one though.
Shut up.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you think to yourself, why would an elder? Who would want to kill an elder? But my reasoning is basically because Weirha got involved in a few of our Moonglade Siege of Orgrimmar
Yeah.
events. The way I saw it was obviously that any Corcoran loyalist, or sorry, Garrosh loyalist, I should say, would probably be looking to prey. In my eyes, would be looking to prey on sort of the weak and feeble, which obviously an elderly crone of the Tauren.
This is quite a
Prime
prime
pickings,
target.
really, innit? So yeah, which is why this giant platey was like, yeah, sure, I'll be your bodyguard.
Hashtag
Sort of thing.
YOLO.
Hmm.
Ironically.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I
fair
just figured it would be nice, brings a little bit more roleplay, and it got me a character into the Silvertail
Yeah.
tribe, which
Well,
is a
there we
really nice guild. It's a very, very quiet guild. Me and Weirha are pretty much the only active members at the moment out of the 18 people.
I wish there was a way that we could combine while keeping both guilds.
I would
Yeah.
do as well. I mean, at the end of the day, probably the only way to do it would be just to shut down one guild and everybody
Yeah.
jump into the other, which would most probably have to be shut down Silvertail tribe.
But I don't
no
want
offense to Weirha,
to
but-
like pressure into it.
Well, no,
But I can see that we're quite similar in a lot of ways.
She'd probably be quite happy with it, be honest, because Silvertail Tribe is, again, no offense to Weirha if she's listening, but it is a very, very dead guild. I barely even roleplay on Bone Stomper Grias anymore because obviously he is incredibly situational. He only
Yeah.
shows up when Weirha's going out somewhere,
Yeah.
or if he's just aimlessly wandering around Thunderbluff because she's asleep or something.
Yeah.
That's the only time he'll show up. So it's like I very rarely roleplay on him. The only time I go on him really is for raiding, because obviously Bone Stomper is sort of my main tank. Well, I say main tank. I've got two tanks, both of them at 540 item level. One's a druid, one's a warrior.
540, is that all? For shame.
Shut up. I'm in roleplay guilds. They don't raid, okay?
Hey, come
I
on.
want to raid. I love my raiding. I want to normal raid. There's
Twix?
no normal raiding.
Twix, what's your item level?
557.
556.
Is the Thousand Eyes a raiding guild?
No,
No.
not
5-5.
That's
Four, I
just
think.
that's just bitchy.
Yeah.
I really
five-
am going
five-
over now.
555. Okay, I've got 555 on Zulkaz. I'm happy with that.
All right,
I've also nearly
enough.
got the legendary cloak on Bone, which will put him up to about 557, so that's okay.
Fair enough.
Not bad, yeah. Fair enough, fair
Right,
enough.
let's move on. I need to. We've been
So,
talking about the same thing.
if you're
for God
listening,
knows
give us a call if you want to consider.
give us a ring. We need to promote this more. More people listening. That's
We're
what
more
we
than
need.
happy to, acknowledge your status as
And absorb
Crone
you into
and-
one giant
can-
collective.
We can organise some shiz,
And if
Raids,
not, that's
more
cool,
raids.
it's fine, we can remain friends.
or can
But
we?
if you want to become one,
Just give us a call.
Invite me for raids. Give me
0800.
raids.
Join us, please.
Join, please.
So, Okay, let's move on. Next
are
question.
we bad for saying that?
No,
Nah.
because we have been talking about this for God knows how long. I don't even know what we've been talking about. There's loads to talk about still. Right, so what did I get to? What did I get to?
The second question. That was just the first question.
That was the first question. Second question. What? Okay, you commented on episode 10 asking us, what is your favourite WoW accent? Why don't you tell us yours and do it?
Well. Oh fuck.
And do it is the important part.
Oh Jesus. Probably be troll,
Okay, nice.
but I can't do a Jamaican accent for shit.
Well, yeah, you got to do it.
Oh fucking hell.
That's the
Hang
cost of coming on the Eyecast, I'm afraid. You got to embarrass yourself.
Humiliate
on.
yourself.
I've got no dignity. I have got no dignity.
Good.
I humiliated myself last week, so.
Hang on now. Yeah, I need something to say though. That's the thing. Is I need something to say for
Because
it.
the first thing that came to my head was, "Hey Mon, I got you some letters."
What? Sorry.
Hey Mon,
Hey
I
man,
got
I
you
be
some
getting ya
letters.
some lowers.
Lowers works. I said letters personally because I post
I could do a troll Jesus. Would that work?
Yeah, go
All
on.
right, troll Jesus, do it.
Hey Mon, have you heard the good news? Jesus becoming your dick. That's about as much as I can do
Not
without
bad.
completely.
One
humiliating.
someday become one man.
The
Thran.
resurrection becoming.
Go. What's your favourite then, Thran?
It's a Tauren.
No, it's not. I don't like the Tauren voice. That's why Thran doesn't sound like a Tauren.
He sounds like
He's
an
got-
Irishman, doesn't he?
He's got
Repeat it.
he's got a voice like fucking thunder. But
Oh,
yeah,
but-
he is a weird amalgamation of accents.
Please tell me Thranden sounds like a pirate. A Tauren pirate, just going, yeah, yeah.
No, he doesn't do that anymore.
Aww.
He used to.
He
When
used to.
If you get his pirate hat, just put him on his head. Fine.
He will start because the hat is cursed. So anytime he puts it on or it's put on him, he turns into a pirate again.
Fucking Thranden.
Look, leave Thran alone. Let me think. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like any of them. Dwarf,
Oh, come on, not
maybe,
even the
but then again,
Russian
that's just
dragon.
general Scottish.
I was only doing Horde. Then again, yeah, Troll would still be it. No, I'm a massive Hordey. I've got one Alliance character who I never play. So.
Nice.
Which was
Nice.
meant to be a roleplay thing. There's no Alliance roleplay on Moonglade, so...
Yeah.
It's not really much in Shatar either.
That's just not Gil, not Worgen, because the Worgen one's shit.
Oh, top. Yes, quite. I need some scones.
Yes, quite. Hello.
Tip tip.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell him,
Let me
Benadryl,
put on my monocle and top hat, sir. Yes, quite.
Yes,
Not
quite.
this top.
Jolly good. I'm ready to go,
Hello,
sir.
governor. Shine your shoes for me up the apples and stairs. Now.
Maybe undead.
Oh, you do a good undead growl.
Yeah, but that's just a growl. I can't do a normal undead.
Well, whatever.
And I'm not doing the accent because I did it last week. So if you want to hear what undead sounds like when I do it, this is
Alright.
A plug
Nice.
within a plug.
All right, Mike.
Favorite Warcraft accent?
Uh-huh.
To blow my own horn, I love my own dwarven accent.
Fair enough. Do it.
wow. That's sad.
It's a. Oh, but so many people loved it as well. It was a horrible combination of Scottish, Irish, and farmer.
That was not Irish.
There were moments when Snowen went Irish in there.
No.
Just kind of Gaelic
No.
in general.
No.
Just horrible.
No.
Just refusal. No.
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 It was just perfect to me because people would whisper me just going, okay, can you type that in English now, please?
Loads of people do that for me when I'm doing Zulkaz because I do the accents so
Nice and thick.
yeah I want to say well
Good.
I don't know how you would define it as well because so many people do their own versions
Yeah,
and
it's
different
loads of different
pronunciations
things.
so
I would
In my
imagine that
opinion,
would sound
if
out the
people can't understand you, your accent is perfect.
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, I personally prefer the ones where it's just like you're like, what? After they've said something.
Yeah.
Can you speak Orcish? And then
Can
they still can't
you
understand it.
speak Orcish?
best kind. The best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. It's true. Good accents. For me, I'm just gonna be cliche as fuck and say I like Tauren, because Tauren
Really?
Rock. Yeah, I like it. It's very, very deep and thoughtful.
It's deep and thoughtful, but the female
Powerful.
voice actor.
Okay, I never said female.
I'm sure she's a lovely lady, but the Tauren female voice sounds like bollocks.
Well, they might get redone.
Are you an English man in the sound of bollocks?
Yeah, he is.
Huh? What?
He does love to go.
I missed that.
I said, are you an experienced man in the sound of bollocks?
Yeah.
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 Just hearing them slap together,
But,
it's like an irregular evening for me.
Tauren male voice.
Oh no, yeah.
Just make you melt.
Tauren calf. I don't do it very well at all, but it's just so.
No, you don't.
I do like McGonagall's voice.
Mother
Though.
smile upon you.
I think it's a bit meh, which is why I don't use the local Tauren accent.
If I was to give going back, if I was to give my druid a voice, my Tauren druid Drugoth, who was at the just to give you references as to so I don't have to describe the character. He was at the storytelling event.
Yep.
Sitting in the front row in bear form. He literally just give him a voice. It would be fuck off. Would essentially be his voice.
Wonderful.
It's just literally. It literally is. That's what he would do. It's just. I remember one person because he sits outside Minsa, Zabra, again at the Andrews at the storytelling event as well. The troll sitting next to him. Basically, he defends their base, Sealy. Oh, sorry, I say defend. He basically sits outside the back door, making sure nobody goes in that he doesn't know. Essentially, someone tried to once, and he basically. I don't even know if Alshi and Minsa know this, because it's their base, but they weren't online at the time. And someone sent me a message just saying, "Oh yeah, I want to try and get into Minsa's base." I didn't know who this person was, so I'm just like, okay. So I don't even remember if I told them this, but I literally just sat down outside like the IC door to the base, and just Drugov just looked at this person who was like, "Oh, I'm just going to see Minsa, excuse me." Drugov just looked at him, just put his paw in the way because he's always in bear form. Looked to put his paw in the way, and went, "Get the fuck out of it." And this person was like, "No, I want to get through. You're a druid. You should let me through." He's like, "I don't give a shit what the fuck I am. Fuck off." Which has led to a lot of people saying that he's not a druid, basically, just because he sits there swearing all the time.
Yeah, I have that same approach with Thranden. Like, you're not a Sunwalker. You're not nice. You're evil. Fuck off.
That's what those people do. They're like, "You're not a druid. How could you be a druid? You must be a Tauren that stole a druid's powers." He's like, "Get the fuck out of my face, bitch."
There's a reason my title is Vengeance.
Vengeance. Evil.
That's brought up a very important question for me, Zulkaz. On the subject of aces and stuff, on Moonglade, do you know if anyone used the tents behind the Great Gate?
That's a very important question.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure, to be honest.
That could be a
well,
thing.
if they do,
which
don't be removed.
Can we just discuss like the Great Gate here? I'm going to assume the one leading into Mulgore.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's so many Great Gates across World of Warcraft now. We could be talking about a garden gate that looks so pretty.
True.
So
it is the Great Gate, though.
Yeah, the Great Gate. Yes. I honestly don't know, actually, because there's not actually. As you might have gathered, there are 3 Tauren active role players. So 3 Tauren active characters on Moonglade, 2 of which are mine.
Yes. We fill a niche market. We're the best.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know.
Well, it's only got to be good then.
There's so little roleplay around there. The majority of Mulgore roleplay is in Thunderbluff.
Yeah.
So I honestly can't tell you.
White Cloud.
We need to get White Cloud back.
Okay, I'll work it in somehow.
Because, again, for another beautiful eye story, you remember Tower Joe? Back in the heyday, the golden days. Guys used to be based out of the northernmost tent there, which was completely empty. But after the destruction of Tower Joe, we moved back behind the Great Gate and we've kind of occupied those tents for a while, and it's been a point of tension on the Shatara as well. People have wanted to use them for other things. We've said maybe. They've said, if you don't completely give them up, we don't want them.
Fuck
Stuff
off.
like that.
It's our gate. It's our gate. It's our home. We don't come to Silvermoon and say, hey, bitches,
So,
give me
it's
your
our
in.
home, but we're happy to share it.
Yeah.
To which the response was, fuck off, we want you out.
It's a shame.
It's a shame, it could have been amazing. But
Oh well.
we need to get that back now and try and get people coming along to the Ice home.
I'm gonna do it.
So,
dinner.
so the
again.
I's like IC base, essentially, just for want of a better term, is the Great Gate.
Yes
not
and
the
no.
Great Gate itself. There's like a couple of tents behind it with a
Oh, sorry,
fire.
yeah, just I meant that general area. Sorry.
Yeah. That's kind of, for
White
IC
cloud.
purposes, to be a much bigger camp than 3 tents.
Yeah.
Because there's a fair few eyes and
Yeah.
2 tents, 2-3 tents.
I
is a whole
noticed. Did seem to be a lot of you.
Yeah,
You
we
sort of popped out of the
we
woodwork.
fluctuate a lot though. That's the only problem. We're very good at fluctuation.
30
I'm not-
members one day, who the next?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not playing Thran right now because I'm a bit fed up with him.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's what you get, I suppose.
And on that subject, we are also happy to welcome other people who want to use the gate, so long as you accept it's our sovereign territory.
I mean,
Yeah.
And
what
if
we
you do
usually-
anything to it, you will be executed.
Yeah.
what we've tended to sort of adopt Moonglade, as far as I know, is sort of it's a policy of obviously the places are a lot bigger than they actually
Yeah.
seem, obviously, because Azeroth is going to be a lot
I
bigger
like saying this a
than
lot
what it is.
because I read this in one of the books once and it's a great comparison. The distance between Storming City and Karazhan is a 3-day caravan ride. As stated in one of the novels.
And
So
that's
that
what,
tiny-
how many
that tiny
Guardian
distance-
cough.
Last guy, that like 5-minute walk is 3 days.
Yeah.
So everything else
didn't
is gotta
also
be
take Thrall 3 days to cross the Barrens to get to Mulgore.
something along those lines, yes.
Yeah, that
But he
sounds
was on
about right.
Wolf, so that would have been quick.
He was what?
He was on the Wolf, I believe. At that
He
point.
still had the rest of the Orcs following him though, didn't he?
Yeah, but they were probably just running.
In
Slow.
Caravan.
They were running behind slowly. Let's
But I mean, it's, at the moment, Iceli, Valadon's house, Valadon, my warlock, who I will get into in a minute because he's quite an interesting character, is basically it's the inn. Oh, sorry, it's the top part of the inn, like that room with all the desks and everything, in Hillsborough, in Tarren Mill. Obviously, Iceli, he can't take up the inn as his house.
Yeah.
So what we do is obviously that one room we say is a room in his house. So whenever there's any role play around Tarren Mill and Valadon's there, he'll say, right, would you lot want to come back to my house for some tea? He's quite a posh gentleman, Lord Valadon's shadow style that he is.
Yes.
Essentially, he's so he that upper floor sort of thing is Iceli, his house.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, not every role player knows that.
Yeah.
So to everybody
Naturally.
else, it's just the inn. But when Valadon's there, and if people are happy for it, Iceli, it's his house.
It morphs into the house.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It's a TARDIS.
Oh my god,
It's
brilliant.
number 13 Grimwald Place.
Let's not talk about Harry Potter.
Why not? You're
Harry
on ponies
Potter and the
early.
Goblet of Willies.
Brandon,
Oh, this again.
Harry Potter and the Half-Blood
Shush,
Willy.
shush now. Shush.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Willies.
Brandon, control yourself,
Contain
man.
yourself.
Harry Potter and the Willies of Azkaban.
Brandon, zip it.
Control yourself. Right. Next question. Let's move on. So, as we all know here, because we've been overjoyed at it, we've had several Moonglade listeners out there, including yourself, of course, who have been listening to the Eyecast for whatever reason. Don't know. Apparently, we're funny. I call bullshit there.
You are hilarious. You are absolutely hilarious.
Well, it's good
What,
to know.
what I love about it, if I may, is
Yeah.
just I love sort of just obviously because there's just pictures in the background
Mhm.
sort of thing. But the majority of them, I can't say I've watched all of
Yeah,
them.
we used to have our slow runs, ironically,
Yeah.
but
So yeah, what I love doing is I sort of just leave on in the background and
Yeah.
sort of just have you guys sort of chatting in the background and just listening, obviously, to what you guys have been up to while I'm doing professions or I'm
Yeah.
in a raid or something, and it's really calming.
oh,
It's surprisingly calming.
All right,
When I'm in an LFR full of complete and utter idiots, it's really, really nice just to hear like Thranden in the background going, "Oh, fuck this." It's fantastic.
I've never had that compliment before.
Wow, this is nice. This is nice. So yeah, the question was, it's not really a question for you. It's more of a question for us. Is there anything, because you may not know much about the eyes overall, is there anything you want to ask us about us?
Where do I sign up?
Where do I sign? Sign up right here. Get on the character, I'll invite you.
I might actually do that at some point. I do want to make some Shatarian characters.
Good. We accept all Tauren.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Orcs, trolls, Pandaren, goblins.
Yeah, but Tauren.
A Tauren monk. Yes. Who just sits there kicking people with his hooves.
Oh my goodness. That could be something.
I'm going to do this now. I mean, no, it's well, obviously, really, my main question was just going to be what sort of RP do you guys focus on, sort of thing, with regards to, is it mainly tavern RP, is it combat roleplay, is it mostly focused around rolling? I mean, you guys sort of answered that already, kind of, didn't you?
Yeah, I can. Let me tell you actually the guild message of the day right now. I think it sums it up really well, to be honest.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to make sense, so long as it's cool. I mean, obviously we don't always stick to that because a lot of the stuff we do does make sense. Because we don't bullshit our way through things. But that's pretty much it.
Then we start
if we
making
like the idea of
fly.
something, like Sky Krakens.
Oh yeah.
If you like the idea of Sky Krakens, which we obviously did, we're like, okay, how the fuck do we work this into our story? And then we do it.
Yeah.
That's basically how we roll. We're
I
OG.
wish we were joking about that. We did come up with the Sky Kraken,
Yeah.
We were on a zeppelin
and it haunts us to this day.
by a sky kraken.
It is a running joke. One day the Sky Kraken will come back and we'll have to kill it.
Along with Quillboar Chieftain.
Along with Quillboar Chieftain and many other adversaries we've met over the years.
The Ice have many opponents, none of which we've actually wrapped up the storyline of.
We haven't
What
killed
There
anybody.
was Overlord Angry with that. No, Angermore. Overlord Angermore.
Angermore, Angry Bodak.
We don't talk about Angry Bodak.
Long story short,
Here we
behind him, Agrabadak used to lead a orc kind of soldier guild on the Chittar.
Agramar.
And our old guild master Vidalga and their guild master Agrabadak had a fierce rivalry that carried on up until the point that Angry
Bodak.
Angry birds.
Until the point at which I completely lost it.
Angry
Agramar
Bodak.
kind of disbanded.
See, the thing there, I'm going to say it again. Reason they disbanded was pretty much me. I hate to say it, because I did like the guild. I had a lot of friends there, but it was pretty much me.
And then you became an eye, and then you
And
became
I
our
became
leader.
and then I became the leader. How ironic! I led
Kind of.
Agramar, and I've led the Thousand Eyes. I don't think anyone
Not
else
very
can say
well.
that. Shut up. Early time.
But in kind of homage to our old rival, we named one of our adversaries Angermore after his nickname in the eyes, Angry Bodak.
Angry Bodak, indeed.
Yeah, Angry Bodak Angermore.
He was rather angry at points.
We had
I
Weird
can
Shadow
tell you
Mage
that.
as well.
We had a lot of strange.
Oh, yeah.
characters.
What other adversaries have we had over the years? Or over the period of time?
Don't
That's
even
the
know.
big
Quillboar Chieftain,
ones.
obviously.
Quillboar Chieftain.
Which was
Several
an invention
different
of Frox. I mean, Quillboar Chieftain's signature line was that the earth started trembling, quaking, and then in all caps it would just come out as Quillboar Chieftain. And then we'd fight
Chieftain!
Yeah,
That was it.
Oh lord.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
say a
oh,
lot
God.
at our ideas, to be honest. Oh lord, are we actually doing this? Actually, that's a sneak peek I can do. At the end, we can talk about our
Got Return of Quillboar Chieftain.
our ridiculous alternate timeline event. That's going to be
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yes.
It's gonna be the best
Aha,
idea.
it's going to be good.
It's
we'll talk
very
about
much
it in a
in the
minute.
vein of it doesn't need to make sense so long as it's cool.
Yeah, and it is cool. It is cool.
Very
Cool for us, anyway.
Yeah. I actually missed a
take
question
guess,
as
but-
well. I'm a fool. But yeah,
What
it's going to be good.
events
Yeah, have you got any more questions for us?
That was literally it.
That was it. Oh, there we
I
go.
mean, that's sort of the main question, I guess. What do
Yeah.
you ask an RP guild? What sort of RP do you guys do?
Well, yeah. It
To
doesn't
give
have
a
to make
more
sense
appropriate
as long as it's
answer,
cool.
Our preferred events tend to be combat with a sense of comedy.
Yeah.
As in, failures will often be funny rather
Yeah.
than horrific.
We like
Yeah.
to keep it light-hearted.
Oh,
I mean, a
we
lot
forgot
of
to mention Kekfeta.
Of course, Kekfeta.
Oh
Not
god.
quite an adversary,
Let's not-
but
let's-
He's a friend.
Let's not talk about Kekfella.
Giant
no,
alpha
let's
friend.
talk about Kekfeta.
Lower gods thing.
Kekfeta
Oh, no.
is a lower that we help them, who kind of takes the form of an owl beast about the size of Godzilla. This thing just kind of rose from the sea, moonfired the griffin into oblivion, and then screeched at us.
And then gave us babies.
Yeah, and gave us its babies.
which I assume Iceli is the Moonkin.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
did
mine
I
is
know
actually
that?
called Kekfeta Hatchling. Hatchling. Lin. Without the G. Because you
Lin,
can't put it on.
yeah.
Hatchling.
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 So we'd be writing it in the troll style.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, it is a troll lower. So,
yeah. Well, there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hatchling one.
Hatch- He's Hatchling, man.
Man, you got a Hatchling from the postman.
Brilliant. I've not thought of like mailing animals before. It's a good idea. This is a good idea. Lots of funny things do come from this. So yeah, I mean that's what
Fucking-
Postmon originated from. Stupid ass idea that I liked. So yeah, there we go. The question that I missed from you is a really good question. So you've got Chris Metzen on the phone, and he asks you, "I'll do you a favour because I'm totally stoned right now and I'll do anything. What do you want changed in the law?" Because I would imagine Chris Metzen is someone who is stoned all the fucking time.
Well, yeah, that's how he comes up with his lore. He's constantly stoned on mushrooms.
Oh, that is.
You know what?
Ooh.
When he goes to BlizzCon, he is just whacked out of his head.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good question. I like doing good
That
questions.
is a bloody hard
It is.
question, actually.
It is a good question.
Ring ring, this is the sound of the telephone. It's Chris Metzen on the phone. What do you
I
want changing?
think
Because
it
I'm a
would
stone.
have to be, in my personal opinion, bring back Bane Bloodhoof, so he didn't die. Is it Bane or
Yeah,
Cairn?
and
who died?
Cairn.
Cairn, sorry.
Cairn.
Bring him back so he didn't die.
God.
Essentially, would probably be my
Yeah.
my
Alright.
pet peeve was obviously that he got
Ooh.
killed by Garrosh in a really
Yeah.
dickish way. Was
Yeah.
my sort of my peeve of the law. Other than that,
Mhm.
I mean, it would have been something along the lines of have an alternate timeline where Deathwing actually won, and obviously the heroes of Azeroth, whoever's left, have to fight, obviously to restore the timeline, so to speak. But then it made me think that would actually be a really awesome plot line to do in roleplay.
Yeah.
It would
That's,
be really iffy.
Well,
Actually,
speaking of
We'll talk about that in
just
a
to
minute.
kind of
actually.
add on that,
Oh god, what
speaking
have
of
I
alternate timelines,
done? What have I done?
the end of the Arthas fight, when he's like, "I'm gonna make these into the best Scourge champions ever."
Yeah.
I
Funny
kind of
story
wanted
about
that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
would've been
wanted
quite cool.
that to happen.
Funny story. Did a 25-man version of that a few weeks ago with some members of Hand of the Titans.
Don't tell
They
me you
need-
wiped, you scrubs.
Oh no! We did better than one.
Oh, did you survive his insta-kill thing?
Bone survived it because he had like 1,600,000.
Oh, we do that all the time.
It was
It's
fantastic.
it's
Everyone
brilliant.
else is dead. Bone just sits there going, "Nope, I'm gonna break the game. Die,
Yeah.
Lich King, die,
Yeah.
you prick."
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stops at one.
He stops at one. We
Yeah, I know.
discovered.
I noticed that.
Much to our distraught.
his
It
very
also
disappointing.
breaks Menezel's Reyes.
Yeah. Everyone has to be dead for him to raise. Is stupid.
Yeah, I noticed that as well because it's like nobody else got up, and everyone's like, "Why are we rezzing? What the fuck is going on?" It's like Bone's like, "Yeah,
Best
die,
thing.
Lich King."
Warrior just needs to go defensive stance and blow all the defensive cooldowns. Even if you're on like 200k HP, it's just alive.
I didn't even have to do that. I didn't blow anything. He
Oh,
was
that's
just
true.
alive.
Yeah. It's because you're a tank.
Yeah, true.
Ooh, I wonder if I could use Zen meditation to get through that 90% reduced damage.
Ooh, possibly.
I want to try
a
that.
lot. Yeah.
On this subject, though, of Ken being alive, even,
Yeah.
what would have changed if Ken was still alive?
Well, Grim
Not a lot.
Totem would never have obviously tried to take Thunderbluff.
Mm.
The whole point of them they did take over Thunderbluff briefly, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that was because the Tauren were reeling from the loss of Ken. So, obviously, if he hadn't died, that would never have happened.
He likely would have become temporary war chief as well.
Yeah.
Because he would have killed Garrosh.
Yeah.
But that also probably means then that Magatha's events in the Thousand Needles might never have happened, which means the Twilight
Twilight's
cult
taken
there
over.
might have never been destroyed, and Freewind might still be in Horde control,
Yeah, possibly.
which would have been interesting to see how that would have worked out.
That'd be quite cool.
What's Bane done that Ken wouldn't have?
Well,
Bane, I think Bane's
Talk
been
to
more
Anduin.
diplomatic with the Alliance. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Khan would have been like, do you know what, guys? I'll talk to you, but I don't really give a shit.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Ken was more liberal, wasn't it? Because I mean, you had I can't remember what his name was, but it wasn't his chief advisor, the Druid guy, was like really
Hamul.
close with the Night Elves, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because you had
Druids.
Garrosh's men ambushed them in the night, and he was the only survivor, wasn't he? Because he popped bear form and he woke up at the bottom of a pit. But the rest of them, sort of thing, had
Yeah.
to talk about. Ironic enough, which is the background story behind Drugoth, which he had, but only the Grim Totem did it to him, and he basically buried him in a pile at the bottom of a pit. He woke up, buried underneath his family,
Goddamn Grim Totem.
and basically he'd popped bear form in self-defense. What the Grim Totem had done is buried him alive with his two sons.
Legend.
His two sons were alive, and obviously where he was in bear form, he'd completely flattened them.
Nice.
So essentially,
That's
he
quite
killed
something.
his sons.
Nice.
Basically, is the way
That's
it works.
quite nice.
Hmm.
Huh.
So, which is why
Gruesome.
he's also a very, very pissy, grumpy Tauren, always asleep and he's always in bear form for the sake of he doesn't want to, obviously, he's afraid that he's going to wake up at the bottom of a pit again,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he's always in bear form.
No, that's
Sort
a
of thing.
good. Good. I like that. I like that.
So, as much as, yes, he doesn't really act very much like a stereotypical druid, he has his reasons.
He's got reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Right. Well, there we go.
Well, I
That
think-
was the interview. I suppose.
it's over.
That was it. We've been talking for I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but I'm fucking
Very
dreading
long.
it. I am dreading it because we've got things that
I'm
DJ does
loving
not
it.
know as well.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, God.
No. Should we go into that now?
Yeah. So things that DJ does not know.
Yeah, it's a new segment.
Is a new segment. Pretty much sums up. So we play a round of Trivial Pursuit with DJ practically.
With questions that we've made up.
With questions we've made up based on the 6.
And I'm asking the questions this week.
Yes, that's true. It was based on the 6 topics
next
from the
week.
WoW Trivial Pursuit. I think in the pre-recording I've done, I explain it a bit more. Or at least we explain it a bit more. That's the thing, I didn't really look or remember it. So, I'm going to play that just now.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Within this segment, it was a good idea Mike had the other day. We were basically... I was watching the WoW Trivial Pursuit video some people did online. And I was just talking about it and saying, this is really easy. And DJ was there as well. It wasn't so easy for him. So at the time we thought, let's test DJ. So we thought it was quite
I'm going to get
humorous.
ridiculed so badly.
Yeah.
So we have... There's probably going to be a weekly thing from now. Where we're going to ask DJ 6 questions, one from each topic. Let me just get the list. So we've got... I don't know where it is. Where's my list? There's my list. Where's it long? So geography, law...
I'm going to do some intense training, some intense montage-worthy training.
Mm-hmm. So the 6 categories that we've got for you, DJ. Geography, lore, player characters, loot mounts and pets, bosses and creatures, dungeons, raids and BGs.
I've got this.
Okay. You've got this?
Yeah.
We'll
How,
see.
so how many do you think you're going to get right?
Well, considering this is the first, I'm going to remain optimistic and say all of them.
All 6.
Leave 1 or 2.
Okay.
Let's say. I'll put a reserve target on for all but 1.
All but 1. All right.
Anything worse than that, and I'm going to be disappointed in myself.
Well, prepare to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you would like to take it away, then, Yuan.
Are we doing that, or are we doing the other theme tune?
We can do any theme tune
The
you
other
want.
one was pretty good.
Should we do the other one then?
Okay.
Yeah.
Things the DJ, things
Things
the
the
DJ,
DJ
things the DJ doesn't know, things the DJ doesn't know.
I don't know what.
That
Right.
boy shit.
Okay, let's get the
That was
show
the point, man.
on the roads.
Question 1. DJ, name the 3
Time to
world
sweat.
trees.
Right.
That's the question.
I'll get 2. I think.
Right. Choose good.
North Sill.
Yep, nice.
Yeah.
Telsil. And John Brazil. I don't know. I've got 2.
You
That's
got 2.
fine.
Two's
That's
not bad.
fine.
So now you need to get all 3.
Yeah. I don't know. Mondrasil? I'm gonna go Mondrasil because
Mondrasil.
M is a common letter.
Final
Is
answer?
that your final answer? Oh, are you doing the hosting or am I?
I don't know. We can both do it.
This has
is
been
good.
poorly planned.
This has been
just have
terrible.
questions.
Like
You can do
everything we
Like
do.
every other video that we've ever done.
I'll just do questions, you do thing. Cool.
Okay. So that's your final answer, Dagian.
I'm afraid so.
You're afraid so. Well, give us the answer,
Yep.
please.
The 3 world trees
Oh, right,
are...
okay. Teldrassil,
This is-
Teldrassil, Nordrassil,
No, just ill.
and Mondrassil.
Incorrect.
No.
They are Teldrassil,
Ah,
Nordrassil,
there we go.
and Vordrassil.
Yes. See, if I'd
Vordrassil.
have went for a different letter, I would
Which
have got there.
nowadays
With
is
M.
known as Grizzlemore
Grizzle.
Yeah.
Indeed.
in Grizzly Hills.
So,
See, if you'd have asked, yeah, I could have said that one. I just chose not to say that
okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever lets you sleep tonight, mate.
Okay. Nil point
Yeah.
for DJ. That was question 1. Next question is it question of law.
The question on player characters.
A question on player characters. Are you ready, DJ?
No.
Wonderful.
Go
Take it
ahead.
away.
Name a single class and spec combination that should be wearing agility leather armor at level cap. Any one class and spec.
Monk.
Spec.
Monk. Well, I'll. Is it Windwalker?
Hey!
One.
Congratulations,
Yay!
you've got a whole point.
Confetti! Oh,
Yay! That was something. That was 10
We also
seconds.
would have accepted Rogue, any spec, Feral Druid, Guardian Druid, and Brewmaster Monks.
Ah, right, okay.
But-
I didn't know if Brewmasters did.
Yeah, Brewmasters are agi.
Now you know.
What do Mistweavers use?
In
Do they
Int.
use agility?
They use intellect.
Right, okay, because I almost said Mistweaver. Because I couldn't quite remember.
Ooh, that would have been bad.
I would have lost.
You would have
Yeah,
lost.
you would have.
It was so close.
But no, you got the point.
There's one.
There's 1 point. Congratulations. Right.
Thank you. I've already got the one wrong that
Yeah.
I was going to get wrong.
Okay,
so the
good.
rest are all.
Now you
Right,
have to
now.
get all the rest
You're
right for your prediction to be on.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
pressure here. Are you ready to
Right.
continue?
Right.
I am.
Law is the subject. What was the name of the last emperor of Pandaria?
Well,
That's silence.
It's not a promising noise. I know kind of what he looks like, so I'm doing that quest where you get the boots, if that is him.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna go Chow, Emperor Chow. Yeah,
final,
that'll be my
final
final
answer?
Chow.
Chow.
Emperor Chow.
So close.
But wrong.
What is it?
Xiao.
Oh, well, I know him as Chow because me and him are good friends. We go out and do some crazy things.
You climb mountains together for boots
Yeah, we do.
and beat up
Knowledge
demigods.
in places. Yeah.
So far, DJ, you've got 1 out of 3 questions correct. How are you feeling at this halfway point?
Worried.
Worried? Okay, good. I'm
You
glad.
should be.
Fearful. But I'm glad I got 1
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far.
I'm sure
And
that was a
Although
great relief.
my
for shoulders.
projection, although
What?
my projection was incorrect, I think my answers have. In the 2 I've got wrong, I've been close enough, so that's good enough for me.
Okay,
Yeah,
Close enough's fine.
that's.
I'm glad you're remaining optimistic right now.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be about the
Gonna
next
get
question, I think.
Right.
As you you
Okay.
struggled with this, Twix.
Yeah,
I believe.
Well, that's not promising.
I couldn't quite remember precisely.
The category is loot. From what
No,
raid? From what raid does the complete Siegebreaker Warrior set drop from? Complete Siegebreaker Warrior set.
Could I get a visual description of what it looks like?
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that for you.
Okay.
All right.
It's brown with blue or red accents on it. There you go.
Right.
I'll give him another one. It's got big horns on it.
Okay.
So do most warrior sets, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
actually.
raid?
No,
which
which
raid
raid
it's
is it from?
I'm gonna have to say one that I don't know, because I don't remember it dropping from any of the ones that I've done, and that's not many. So I'm not even sure to raid the one I'm gonna say, but this popped into my head. Naxxramas? I don't even know if that's raid, but
Final
yeah,
answer?
I'm gonna go Naxxramas. Yeah, final answer Naxxramas. Or however you say it. Naxxramas.
Naxxramas.
Yeah, that one.
You are incorrect.
Ah, dang it. Ulduar.
It's from Ulduar.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've done it with Ulduar as well.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we found
Yeah.
it a lot to get my
Excuse-
stupid hammer.
You are only 1 tier off.
The only
though.
stuff I remember from that's the dwarf stuff.
Yeah, it's that tier. It's the tier with rams on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Alright. Right,
But
well,
rams on the shoulders too
yeah.
unique. Ah.
okay.
How are you feeling right now? Not
Right. Yeah, a bit disappointed. I should have really known that, because we
Yeah.
would be there a lot of times.
good? Yeah, we have.
Just a bit. Oh,
Just a
God.
few times,
Okay.
you know. Are you ready for the next question?
But I mean, was Naxxramas a raid?
Next
Yes,
round is
yes,
a raid.
yes.
It was
Right,
a
okay,
raid
well,
in
there's
vanilla,
at least a bonus.
classic,
Okay, good.
and it's tier 7 of Wrath of the Lich King.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, at least it was a raid, so it's still along the right lines. But
Yeah.
It was
not
and
close
like
enough.
Twix said, you were only a tier off. Literally, Ulduar is the tier below, tier above Naxxramas even.
Mhm.
You were so
okay.
close.
Well, it's fine.
Doesn't count though.
Yeah.
Nil
See,
point.
that's what I was getting mixed up with tiers. That's
yeah, of course.
I ran through all the tiers we mine.
Okay. Go.
God.
Next one.
Penultimate
Right.
question.
The category is enemies.
Oh.
It's what?
Enemies. Mobs, monsters,
Oh, right, okay.
and killable things.
Right.
What is the name of the clan of ogres that inhabit Dire Moor?
Come on, you're an ogre lover. You should know this.
I know I love ogres. We should all have ogre demon hunters at once. damn. Because I've actually got this achievement to become the chieftain of these up on DJ's thing. Because I've listed all the dungeons that I haven't yet done. I don't really know, but I hadn't done that one properly. I'm gonna go Stone Mall and go the Stone Mall clan.
Stonewall clan. Well, if you were to say Stonewall, you would be incorrect. Stonewall, I believe,
What?
I will double check, is the people outside of Diamond who are allied to the
think
Horde.
so.
They're the ones
You're
allied to the
getting
Horde.
really close, man. The ones inside the Dire Mall are the Gordok clan.
Ah, right.
Like the Gordok ogre
Okay.
suits.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, no! I knew I had the Gordok ogre suit. I just didn't realise it was the name of the clan.
Oh, dude.
I'm saving it for I'm saving it for like 10 minutes of what I really want.
10 minutes of
Just let you
Ogre
know, okay?
RP.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I've decided how I'm gonna do it. In fact, I'm not gonna tell you. It might ruin it. Oh, in fact, I will tell you. Why not? Right.
Tell
I'm
us
gonna,
after. Tell us after.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Tell us. So, final question.
The final subject is encounters. So raids, dungeons, battlegrounds, etc. Scenarios, so on and so forth.
Right.
Are you ready?
During the Madness of Deathwing encounter,
This
How
isn't
many-
a good start.
how many islands are there for the player to jump between?
Five. That's a
Cut the tension
Hey.
with a knife right now.
yes. I'm gonna go 5.
Final answer?
I've never done it. I've never heard of it. Yeah, I'll go 5.
5 is incorrect.
Ah.
Correct answer is 4. 1 for each of the dragon
Ah.
aspects.
Ah.
I feel
This-
so bad for you right now.
This has been more painful than listening to Trivial Pursuit because you've been so close.
Yeah,
I've been pretty close.
you have been.
I haven't
for a lot
known any of them.
questions.
I haven't known any of them, but I'm a pretty good guesser. Is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we've established.
I'd say so.
I'm not a brilliant guesser because I didn't get them right, but I'm pretty good guess.
Got
guesser.
close indeed.
But what have we had? Mordrasil, Xiao Pao.
No, just
the
Chow.
Just Chow.
Yeah,
Just
just
Chow.
Chow. Was it Chow Pao? Did you say it was
Chow
Chow
Pao.
Chow.
Okay.
Xiao
Young one.
Right. Well, I'll remember that for next time.
Will you?
Won't be the same question next week.
Well, it should be. Just do the same 5 or 6, whatever it was. Do the same questions.
Same okay.
You can do the questions next week, Fran.
Yay.
We've
So
passed...
you get to plan 6 questions for DJ.
It's not going to end well, is it?
Come on, tell us
Judging
about your ogre plans, DJ. I want to know. I want to hear.
Oh yeah. I think what I'll do is wait until the next time the eyes are fighting the demon, and that's where he'll make his entrance.
Your ogre demon
The-
hunter.
Yeah. 10
Okay.
minutes of an edgy ogre demon and it
Wonderful.
will be great.
Me not see so good.
He'll just appear, and that'll be fun for 10 minutes.
Well, that was first week of things that DJ does not know.
Oh my god.
Hopefully, we'll make a return next week. It'll be a bit less painful.
Yeah.
I really don't expect it to be any better. Sorry, DJ. I hope you
Thanks.
enjoyed it, and we shall continue now with another usual part of the Eyecast.
Yay.
Cool. Welcome back, everybody. I'm not sure how we're going to do the editing, but that'll be fine, I'm sure. We've had a few. I'm going to jump straight on from things that DJ does not know. I hope you all enjoyed anyway. But we've had a few conversation topics on YouTube. Obviously, we talked about your one about the accents earlier on. But we had one from Kasoku that I wanted to talk about, actually. That was quite good.
Oh, did we?
And it really fits quite well with our talk about alternate timelines. It ties in brilliantly. I didn't plan this at all.
Theme of the week.
Alternate timelines. So, Kasoku says, as we know, Gorosh goes back in time to an alternate timeline that doesn't affect her own or some bullshit, whatever. If your character could do the same, when or where would they go back and what would they change?
Oh god, this is easy for me.
Yeah? Go for it.
Yeah. So, Thran would either have two things. He'd either go back and save his family, or he would go back with what he knows now and rule the seas with an utter iron fist.
Fucking pirates.
Fair
enough.
And go
Question
down
is easy
in
for me as
legend.
well.
Yeah?
Yuan would go back to the First War and change as little as possible and just watch everything unfold, so she kind of was completely up to date.
That's the shittest thing in the... Fuck off.
It's the shittest thing in the world, and it's not interesting. It's what Yuan would do. She wouldn't want to change anything.
That's the shittest thing in the... Fuck off. Well done, Twix.
Yeah, I know. I'm like that. You know.
If you want something more interesting, you should go back and try and assume control of found Thunder Bluff before Cairn found Thunder Bluff.
Oh
I have ultimate power!
Fuck you guys!
I am ultimate torrent, dig my horns.
Trust me guys, this is going to work out in a few years.
Oh, fuck. That would be
But
messed
then
up.
would Sage not be the person who ends up having to fight Gorosh?
Oh yeah, but she was a shaman, she just can electrocute him. Because
Quick,
she
pop
was also a
enhancements.
Grim Totem.
Fucking Grim Totem.
She was a Grim Totem and would have been Magatha on Gara. It's like, I have no honour in this, so I'm going to fireball, lava burst your face off.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, exactly. If it works, may as well do it. I'm going to be honest, even though I had time to prepare, I have no fucking idea what Hikamaru would do.
Wouldn't she surely go back and...
No,
change
best
the
thing that happened to her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Best thing that happened to her. Meant she could spend time doing things she liked instead of going about hunting and doing bullshit things that Tauren do. Isn't she the best? She makes no sense.
Really?
She's
Is that the
extremely
best you've got,
pious.
Twix, you've
She's
done?
not even a Tauren.
She's not even a Tauren, but she's a Tauren. It's the greatest thing. Makes no sense at all. Telling it true.
What about you, Zulkaz, then?
Well, I'll go with Zulkaz just for the sake of he's probably the character I roleplay on most of the moment. He'd probably go like back to this. Yeah, I don't really know what he'd do. I mean, he's half Drakari, half Darkspear. So if anything, he'd go back to sort of the time pre-vanilla, essentially, to stop his mother. Sorry, his mother was murdered. Obviously by his grandfather on the Drakari side. His mother's Drakari, his father is Darkspear. They were sort of paired together as a sort of a peace offering, as it were. It's a bit of an iffy thing, but I decided I wanted to go with it because I love Drakari. But
Fair enough.
I said, fuck you, Law.
Hey, that's our motto.
We all do that.
As long as it's
Yeah,
cool,
fuck you, Lord.
it's fine.
But essentially, so his mother was murdered by his grandfather, and then it was blamed on his father. So his father had to flee Zuldrak, and ended up back in what was then Darkspear lands. Obviously, this was before Darkspear had moved into the Echo Isles, where obviously, because his father had a half-caste son, obviously in troll culture, half-castes are rejected and shunned. So his father basically was shunned from society. A couple of years later, his father settles down again when Zulkaz was about 5, eventually finds another lover who was Darkspear, and has 2 children. All of Zulkaz's family is then wiped out by raiders. His stepmother, his 2 stepbrothers, and his father. The only person who survives is Zulkaz. His father was a shaman before him, which is where Zulkaz picked it up. And yeah, Zulkaz's sort of one family trinket is his father's axe. If he could go back and change anything, it would most probably I really don't know, because currently his spirit raptors are his two brothers.
Yeah.
So he probably wouldn't want to change that, because if he went back in time and changed it so his mother wasn't killed by his grandfather, he wouldn't have these two brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, Zorkaz is one of the ones who'd sit there and reason it out, because he'd say to himself, right, well, if I did this, I would never have known them anyway.
Yeah.
So if I change it, I will forget all memories of them. But Zorkaz is the sort of character who'd sit there and reason it all out. He'd literally spend 3 hours just trying to work out what he's going to do. So I really can't say what he would do.
Kasoku's good at questions too.
Yeah.
It's not just me, he's good. It's what you get with experience, I suppose, isn't it?
He might go back. Actually, he might go back in time to stop the. Well, basically, he was saved by an orc because he was tied to a pole by Corcoran. This is how we got the orc baby. He was tied to a pole by Corcoran and left to die. He was saved by a wandering monk who, by a load of savage beasts, tried to kill Zulkaz. A wandering orc, saved him, and Zulkaz basically, as sort of a blood promise to this orc who lay dying at his feet, swore to look after the orc's child. And obviously now the child is dead, so Zulkaz, that hangs heavily on him. He'd probably change it so that orc never saved him.
Alright.
So the orc obviously would still be alive with his son.
The baby, yeah.
Sort of thing.
Alright, that's nice.
Which would essentially probably be what Zulkaz would do.
Yeah.
But that would obviously ultimately end with Zulkaz dying because the beast would have killed him. So
That's heavy, man. That's heavy.
Self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
For greater good.
essentially.
The greater good.
The greater good.
Fucking Hot Fuzz. Grr.
No, fuck you, Hot Fuzz. It's awesome.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Can I change Yuan's?
Yeah, go for it.
No.
Go back in time, peel a banana the first time she tried to eat one.
It changes
Rather
everything.
than only learn after a year of being on the mainlands of Azeroth that you peel bananas.
You fucking Andrew. Idiot.
Actually, now that I've thought about what Sam would do, I kind of want to do one of them.
Alright, I'll do it.
And that's
One of the
the,
alternate universes?
go back and change and save his family.
Say they
'Cause
never
that
died.
would-
It's fine, just fuck up all your history.
They'd
it's
never
fine,
die.
I don't care.
He'd be raised a proper Tauren. He'd likely be a shaman,
You should do it.
and he wouldn't be just.
That should be
He wouldn't
our
be a giant
alternate
wanker.
universe Thranden that we meet.
The alternate universe
Yeah.
Thranden is dead, spoilers.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, he's a
Double
Death Knight.
alternate universe. Wait. Oh god.
How many alternate universes do we want to jump? Are we going into the
As
sneak
many as we
preview here?
want. We can go into 7 if we want. Let's
Lord. Yeah,
move
we
on to the
probably
preview.
could.
I've not got anything else.
Were there no other questions?
Well, yeah, but I'll talk about that one next week.
All right.
I want to
Sneak
keep some
preview.
in reserve. I don't want to burn them all out. We did that before and it didn't end well. We literally just got to the point. It's like, what should we talk about? All right. See you later,
We
guys.
need more guests. That's what we need.
Yeah, guess good. I mean, I don't know how long this episode is. Fucking like 2 hours, I swear. New
Oh,
record.
it's great though.
Yes, new record.
Woo!
Right. So yeah,
Let's have a party.
let's have a sneak peek. So in the works, as some eyes may know, still very early days.
I think most eyes know this to be fair, but I suppose it's going to be nice to announce the round.
Yeah.
Zulkaz doesn't know. Pick Zulkaz.
Okay. Zolkaz, my man, I'll fill you in. So,
Dirty bastard.
the plan is somehow we haven't figured this bit out yet either.
Oh no, we've
Somehow-
got this bit out.
Oh, have we?
Yep.
I can't even remember. Like this conversation's happened so many times.
Do you want me
But
to
long
do this,
ago.
Twix?
Or we can both do it. It's fine.
All right, I'll fill in the bits.
You can fill in the blanks. So we go back in time, but
Using
a different
Karazhan.
universe using Karazhan somehow, because time fucks up there or something like that.
Because the top of the tower.
Because the top of
is
the tower
a
is
gateway to numerous dimensions.
That's right.
Or at
you
least
know
that's
it.
the theory.
And we're
That's-
fucking with that theory
and
and
we're
we're
gonna
saying
fuck-
it's fact.
So we're gonna go back in time. We have an opportunity to meet alternate reality eyes. Maybe several alternate reality eyes if we really want to.
I think most of the eyes in an alternate reality.
Probably most of the eyes, yeah. And we're going to break law, basically. As much as we can, we're gonna fuck it up.
The general idea is that you guys go back in time to a point in Wrath of the Lich King where the Scourge is actually winning. And Tyrion is the Lich King because something happened at Light's Hope. The Ebon Blade didn't break away at Light's Hope.
Yeah, the Ebon Blade is still under the Lich King's command. And instead of Naxxramas being in Northrend, it's Acaris, which is Naxxramas by 2.
Yeah.
Dalaran fell to Scourge in the Third War.
Third War, yep.
What else do we have? The Alliance and Horde were more
and
violent.
Jaina are king
Arthur
and queen
did become the Lich King.
Lordaeron. Oh,
Arthur's,
Arthur still had the Lich King for everything to happen there. But
yeah.
Okay.
at Light's Hope, the Lich King managed to get his hands on Tyrion and made Tyrion the new Lich King, so Arthur's is dead.
But is still also conscious inside of Tyrion.
Oh no! What would be absolutely
Sort of,
awesome
because
is
that's
just
how the Lich King sort of works.
What would be awesome is if the end of the end of sort of the Ice Crown Citadel fight, where obviously you kill the Lich King and Tyrion's like looking at the helm. Tyrion just picks up the helm, puts it on, goes, "There is a new master who kills the heroes of Azeroth and summons a new wave of Scourge."
You're right. But that's practically. I mean, we're going for some dragonflights have possibly died out. But we haven't just decided like completely gone. So like Deathwing, Blackflight, gone. They died War of the Ancients.
No Rathian.
Game over. No Rathian. Fuck
Get
that.
out of here, bitch.
So we had a lot of things. Like
Alliance and Horde are both severely depleted because they've not stopped warring with one another.
Yeah.
They have stopped at the point at which we arrive simply due to needs must.
Yeah.
But before that, they were much more violent.
Weren't we planning on like what's the fucking word?
There are no Blood Elves or undead in the Horde, as the Forsaken never broke away, and the Blood Elves, the Elves were wiped out by the Scourge, basically.
Yeah. In Third War again. Like Silvermoon was
So
destroyed.
this is very much Orc
Garrosh.
Tauren are better.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
I don't know if we're still going with this, but Garrosh is War Chief. But he is a better War Chief.
Yeah.
He's the Garrosh that we liked from Cataclysm.
Yeah.
What about with regards to Pandaria?
Hasn't
It's
happened yet.
not out yet.
No, not happened, right?
Because it's Wrath of the Lich King, we can't say anything about Pandaria.
Yeah.
Which is going to make taking Yuan very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have
And
to,
I
like,
assume
are you
things-
related to Chen by any chance?
No.
I'm
What
going
are
to
you,
revere
racist?
you. And
No, surely at like the mention of Chen, she would be like, "Oh my God, Chen Stormstone!"
Fangirl.
I'm his biggest fan.
I ship you. What? You mean like on a boat?
It'd be interesting because a lot of quite a few Moonglade roleplayers that I've come across actually have their sort of main character. I know there's an orc within Hand of the Titans, same as Zulkaz, who actually served during the Northrend War.
We have a lot of characters.
Thran served during the Northrend War as well.
Yeah.
He was part of the Crusade.
Zulkaz
Which
was
is-
essentially a shaman of Conquest Hold. Essentially, he wasn't well known. It was before he joined the Earthen Ring, but this was sort of what defined him as a shaman, which is what made him turn to the Earthen Ring. The things he saw, the things he did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same with Thran. Like him going back to Northrend, it's just one of those moments that you're like, "Oh God, he might actually just flip his shit."
Zulkaz would do the same. He'd just literally look around and go, "Mon,
Not here
The
again.
fuck?
Not here. No,
Nope.
not here again.
He'd
I want to leave.
He'd look at Fran, just grab Fran's cigar, and just be like, "I need some of this. You got anything stronger?"
Douse it in rum.
Oh God, no.
The
Please.
question is now, should we open this up and say, does anyone else want to join us on this beautiful drug
Could be.
fuel?
I'd be absolutely happy. I mean,
For
I've just said Zulkaz would flip out at going to Northrend, and I know quite a few Hand of the Titan members. There would be. Moonglade has got a lot of realistic roleplayers who like to keep things very, very lore-based. They don't like breaking lore.
Fair enough.
So you'd probably find a lot of people would say, no, not joining that.
I think
that's silly
at
sort of
times
thing.
we oversell ourselves on how bad we are.
Yeah.
We do like to stick to lore a lot as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like this, where we have the opportunity to just say fuck everything,
I mean,
we should take it.
I'm perfectly happy. I'm by no means a lore monkey. sort of thing. I mean, the lore I know most on is obviously lower, because Zulkaz was... Oh, yeah, this is going back to Zulkaz again, because he is my pet monkey. He was raised after obviously running away from what happened to his father, because he was 10 at the time.
Yeah.
He was raised by a witch doctor. Then obviously when he turned 18, or sorry, became of age as a troll, he essentially found his calling. The lower basically said to him, "No, you're not going to be a witch doctor. I don't want you for that. I want you to serve me through the elements." Runs off to become a shaman. But he has got witch doctor training.
Yeah.
Essentially, he knows what to do as a witch doctor. He has got witch doctor fetishes, death rattles, things like that. He is a fucking scary troll. Also because Zul in Trollish is witch doctor. So, because originally his name was Zul apostrophe Kaz, witch doctor Kaz. When he ran away to become a shaman, he changed it to all one word, with just Zulkaz.
Fair enough.
Because he's
I
weird
like trolls.
like that.
Trolls are cool.
Yeah.
But Torin a better.
Torin
I've just realised.
Yeah.
This gives me a chance to get rid of Thran.
No.
Of our Thran, anyway.
I suppose you could get alternate Thran.
Bring Shaman Thran.
I have to be
Ultimate
completely
Frank
honest here.
comes through the void.
Yes.
I'm going to put my hand up and say the only person I'm willing to bring back from an alternate timeline is Throck, simply because doing it would massively fuck things up. Taking anyone back from an alternate timeline into a timeline where they either existed as someone different or
Bring back the original
are
Bone, he was a
supposed to be
retard.
dead. It would massively fuck shit up, unless it's Throck, because Throck is too retarded to mess anything up.
It depends how like the Wallet of Draenor stuff works as well.
But it's
Well,
a
I'm
simple
bringing
case
back
of...
my York Shaman.
Tough.
There's no about it. I am bringing my York Shaman.
Further
That
discussion
was
is
the
needed.
plan from the
Yeah,
start.
discussion is required. It's a really touchy subject, bringing people back from alternate dimensions anyway. Even Throck is slightly uncomfortable doing it. Or Throck
Just
would be.
Throck though.
He is not physically uncomfortable, but it's an uncomfortable subject even bringing one person back across a timeline permanently. Temporarily,
Mess shit up.
permanently would fuck it up. Brock's supposed to be dead in this timeline, but all of a sudden he's alive. And
He's
the
alive
Bronze
again,
would be
yeah.
on us like no one's
That's
business.
very true. I forget about the Bronze Dragon sometimes.
As much as we're probably going to buddy up to them during the events of Wrath of the Lich King due to some kind of weird... Due to... What? I've had to kind of work this out in my head. I might be completely wrong on Bronzes here.
Like our timelines aren't fucked up enough already.
But I'm explaining the Bronzes in Wrath of the Lich King using something called... I think I've called it like temporal time stamping, in the sense that while at that point, because the timelines were bound when Deathwing died, so that Deathwing has to die basically.
Yeah. Fixed points.
Because we're after that, or we're coming from a time after that, the Bronze Dragons can't affect us because to us they have no power. But because we're going back to a point before the Bronze Dragons, before the timelines were bound, while Deathwing still has to die and the Bronze still have to lose their power, at that point in time they still have their power and can influence people of that world
Tough.
with their time magic. They can't influence us with their time magic. So they could... So, say we brought a person back with us from the Lich King to current day Azeroth. The Bronzes would be able to send them back because they're from a point in time before the Bronzes lost their magic.
Full power, yeah.
But when we're in that timeline, Bronzes can't send us back because we're from a point in time at which they've lost magic.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. We need
It's
to
complicated
plan.
this time
We need
travel.
to plan, basically.
Huh?
I mean, we've got a lot of time before we're going to do it, so
Yeah, we've got plenty
we'll
of time.
make sure everything...
Stop
Thanks.
saying the word time!
Lots of time for time to do timey things with time stuff, just so
Big
time doesn't
ball
break.
of wibbly wobbly
Timey
stuff.
wimey. Exactly. That's...
But yeah, many discussions are needed before we
That's-
even can
that's our
even
plan.
start an end.
break shit.
Because there's much complicated shit to deal with.
There is. Like even one change, we're gonna have to go like forwards to see what would change in the future, and just
It's headaches, basically.
things are gonna get
It's
messy.
fun, don't get me wrong.
But
Yeah.
if you would like a sort of a grizzled Zulkaz, just a sort of
Aiden.
random
Excellent.
NPC sort
I'm
of thing,
sh-
obviously where
we-
the Scourge has just been sweeping forward,
Yeah,
as it
that's
were.
pretty much what's gonna happen.
Yeah, then give me a shout. I don't mind NPCing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I'm very, very fortunate in the NPC. If you say to me, right, Bone, we need an NPC. Oh yeah, sure, why not? You don't want to know what you're gonna be? Nope.
No, okay. Yeah, fair.
But we need to explain. Nope.
That means
But then
do.
you won't know. I don't want to know. Too confusing. Let's just get on with it. But yeah, I'd like happily just play a sort of random
Could do it.
grizzled
To
Zulkaz.
be fair,
Who's just
if you
there.
want to come back in time with us on a character, we can probably work some shit out because we've got another whole thing about the timeline and how more time is going to advance in the alternate timeline compared to the period of time at which we're gone.
For all we know,
There's
this
so
could be
much
year
to it,
50
don't
in
wanna go
alternate
into it on the
timeline,
Icecast
just 20
now,
years in the
actually.
future.
Yeah.
There's just so much we could talk about. It's ridiculous.
We could do a whole Icecast on plans for our
We
alternate
could.
timeline.
We
thoughts.
could.
But that would spoil too much.
Maybe we should.
Maybe
We should. The eyes crackpot theories on timelines.
Oh, I've lost words now. It's got to that point where I've lost words. I can't
You must find them
That's
again
why you'd
there.
be like me
Big
and
stop
never have
work.
words.
speak not happen. Bad time. Oh, I said time again. I'm sorry. So yeah,
I think it's time to wrap this up.
I think it is time to wrap this up. Thank you for bearing with us.
This has been
I think we
hilarious.
have achieved a new record time by a long
That's
way.
good.
So, thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for joining us, Zulkaz. I'm sure we'll have you back at some point.
This has been absolutely hilarious. I'd love to come back.
Excellent. I'm
sure we'd all love to have you back.
I'm sure we'll get you back soon. We've got other people that want to come, so maybe we can do like a double guest thing. Ooh.
Oh god.
Oh.
For Brandon's like, no, too many people. Stop it now. This is getting out of hand.
Oh yeah.
I have
But-
trouble when it's just like us few in TeamSpeak.
Just the three of us. Anyway,
Oh,
so
our Team
let's
Speak
wrap
server
up.
just becomes chaos at times, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Really,
It does.
too many people.
Right, let's wrap up. So, thank you all, and we will. Oh, I'm out. I'm done. Thank you for listening. We'll see you soon.
Good night.
Bye
Good
bye
night.
people.
Bye.
Uh,